Now, recently, Polo coach Avram Grant traveled to Ghana to take part in the All-Star Sports Festival. And in studio, I'm now joined by Ghanaian veteran journalist and broadcaster Ernest, who is pioneer of the initiative and a close friend of Avram Grant. Good afternoon, and it should be morning in Ghana. Welcome to the Sport Update.
Good afternoon. Yes, it's still morning in Ghana.
Well, most definitely. It is great to have you and host you for the very first time on a Zambian broadcast platform. But as we get to, the detail or the D in the business, I mean, what's the All-Star Festival about and what prompted you to invite Avram Grant?
All right. Thank you one more time. The All-Star Festival is simply a concept we put together at the BAC Group, the Business Africa Consulting Group. It's a sports consultancy firm in Ghana. We put it together so we take a lot of these stars of the Black Stars team have had an international career for a while. Take them to places in Ghana they will ordinarily not go to play football. So that's the whole concept. In Ghana, there's something we call the Monday Stars, or special football games that are played by these foreign-based players when they are back home on holiday. So it's primarily an off-season gathering of footballers, of coaches, of other people in the football ecosystem. And normally these things will happen in Accra. We did the first edition in Accra. We thought if we stay in Accra or stay in the big city, and the support these internationals will never have the opportunity to. The idea came to move it to this recent edition. And it was massive because we don't know what and when these guys are able to make it to a place like that. We know the Brong-Ahafo region, that they love football, the people, they love football, there are a number of football clubs made of internationals over the years from 1957 when we started playing football have come from that area. So it was a great idea to take these Black Stars players, these international players there for the first time, because in Ghana these guys have played football in places like Kumasi, like Cape Coast, like Takoradi, like Tamale, like Accra, but they have never been to a place like Brong-Ahafo, and that's why we took them there. And you asked why Avram accepted to be here.
Yeah,
Avram is someone we love. Avram, and people easily forget, when Ghana took part in the World Cup of 2014 in Brazil, we were shambolic. It was a disgraceful World Cup, if you all remember, when we had issues with money and the players just could not focus to put out the best at their best. We had a good team, but simply could not go beyond the group stages. Avram was appointed just on the back of Mark Thokonidu helping the team to qualify to go to the Africa Cup of Nations 2015. When Avram took over, it was a difficult job of getting these guys to love the appetite of playing football again, because they had been down, they had been put down, they felt disgraced. The love for the football team was completely gone at its lowest
Now, Doc, sorry, I have to chip in a bit. If you could just explain to us, Doc, while in Ghana, Grant also visited the home of late Christian Atsu. What was the mood like, and what relationship did he have with the Ghanaian players while he was coach that side?
Yes, I mean, he conditions he gave from the beginning, that as soon as I get in, I want to go to Achu. When Avram arrived at the airport, he didn't even go to his hotel. The first place he went to was Christian Achu's home. And let's put it on record, Achu played his best football under Avram Grant at international level. In 2015, the last time Zambia took part in the Africa Cup of Nations, returning to the Cup of Nations for the first time in 8 years, next year in Ivory Coast, or Cote d'Ivoire as they call it. So Achu was the best player in the Cup of Nations in Equatorial Guinea 2015. Amazing Africa Cup of Nations tournament he had. Also played well in 2017 under Avram. And since Avram left, Achu's international career was never the same again. And when we lost Atu, Avram reached out to me and expressed his heartfelt condolences to Atu's family, and indicated that as soon as he got into town, he would love to go to Atu's house to check on the family and spend. It was a
Well, you know, Doc, I wish we could go on with our deliberation for this particular one. I'll have to end our particular interview just right here before we move on to our next segment now, where the Zambia Under-17 Women's Basketball National Team coach Noah Mabutu says the country's participation in the forthcoming 2023 Under-17 Afro-Basket Championship is a stepping stone for the growth of the sport in Zambia. We caught up with the team in training, and this was what